Hello, plant community. Thanks for tuning into Full of Foliage. Pam's here creating a safe space, showing lots of grace, sharing a lot of plant care, plant hauls, planty crafts, and the occasional shopping trips. Join me so that we can become planty friends, have fun, and possibly learn and grow. Hey guys, so you guys already know I've been buying plants galore throughout this entire growing season. And every once in a while, you guys, I believe I just pick a plant, whether I find something on Palm Street, if I'm casually going at Lowe's or Home Depot and I take a look at that cacti section, and I may buy a plant here, I may buy a plant there, and I just add it into my collection. But I don't think that I share with you guys every plant purchase that I've ever made. So I grabbed some of the plants that I feel that I have not really properly introduced y'all to as far as adding them into my collection. I feel really good because it is, from me looking at it, like a different type of a combination. It's not all Hoyas, and so I've added some other things outside of Hoyas into my collection, or I'm trying to get out of this Hoya bus, even though I love Hoya so much, but hey, So anyway, so I'm going to share with you guys today what I would categorize my secret plants that I've added into the collection. And if this seems like something you'll be interested in, please double check for me, make sure you're subscribed. Also like and share and give me big thumbs up. Thank you so much in advance. So I'm not going in any particular order, but I do have a total of 5 Hoyas in this collection. I want to break it up, so I'm not going to Hoya y'all to death all together. But I do want to start off with this first Hoya that I got. I think I brought it off of Palm Street. And I've had her in my collection for about a month, I would say. And she needs a drink. That's why her leaves are curling up. But this is my Hoya Ache Gomez, you guys. And look at the vein. Look at that ribbing, which was one of the things that I was actually interested in. But also I love the smooth texture, but that veination in the middle is just such a beaut. It has subtle splashing. I don't know if she's supposed to have a lot of splash. It's not as labeled as a splash. So I'm just super excited to have this. I just think it's a different look and feel from some of the Hoyas that I have in my collection. And so far, looks like she's trying to, I see new growth right here. I don't know if y'all are going to even see it because it's like a slight green dot, like right there. But so far, so good. This next plant, you guys, I got from Home Depot, you guys. I go there to get something for my house, and I always try to be in habit of just going by their plants collection just to see if I can find that unicorn plant. Never know, right? But anyway, this one is called, and I had to actually do some kind of research, you guys, because you already know buying the plants at the big box stores, they don't do a very good job with labeling the plants. You'll see something like maybe the actual genus name and nothing else. You won't see anything else, or then you'll see the one that gets me the most, the tag that just says beautiful foliage. That is really classy. But anyway, I say all that to say I had to do some research on some of the plants just to kind of figure out the name. So if I am wrong with the name and you guys have this plant, please share in the community what plant it is so that we can all be in the know. But this one right here is called a Mexican fence post cactus. I like the little pot, but I really like the cactus. I like that the green, of course, but the ribbing on it, the edge, and I don't think it's a little spiky, but it has like a brownish tip or a brownish hue to it that really makes that green pop out. And I have noticed since I've had it, she has grown a bit in the tip right here. So I don't know if she's going to get fatter or if she's going to grow and be like skinny and then fill out. I don't know the growth pattern of this. I do have her sitting on my cacti and succulent shelf where she is getting blasted with that hot temperature Sansevieria light. So far so good. I think she's liking it. This plant right here, you guys, I'm not 100% sure if I've shared with you on the channel this plant. I may have snuck her in and never even made a mention that, hey guys, this is a newly acquired plant, or I could have and I just don't remember. I was trying to go back. I'm not 100% sure about this particular plant. And this is a philodendron, but this is my philodendron spiritus sancti, you guys. And I'm really glad to have this plant in my collection. Y'all know that I have been sucking terribly with my Anthurium pallidiflorum, the strappy leaf one, and I really love strappy leaf plants. And hopefully I can find some that does not make me work as hard as that one does. And so the spiritus sancti, I do know they can become really strappy and really robust big plants. I'm hoping that maybe I can get it to a moderate size. I really do love the strappiness of the leaves, which is beautiful, and I was glad to finally add it to my collection, because let's face it, you guys, you have to keep in mind spiritus sancti, the plant was extremely expensive years ago. Heck, it was extremely expensive last year. Honestly, I feel like this year is the year where you can actually find one at a decent price that you can afford, and you don't have to risk selling your soul or losing a limb and possibly selling your blood. I don't know, but to get one. But I'm just glad that I do have it in my collection. She is trying to give me this new leaf since I've had her, so that's exciting. One thing I did notice, I had her initially on the floor here in my sunroom, and she wasn't even doing anything, and I decided to change the lighting a little bit. So now I have her actually hanging up. And when I moved her, that's when she decided she wanted to give me this. So I'm thinking that she slightly just needed a little bit more light than what I gave her. But I have to just be mindful of it, because at the same time, she may want a lot of light, but you got to be careful. You don't want to burn the leaves. But I'm glad I found this plant. Such a beautiful plant. This next one, of course, we're going to go back to a Hoya. I've been actually drawn into the Hoya Ache species. I don't know why. I've just been seeing a few different Ache species in other people's collections, and it's been really speaking to me for some reason or another. But anyway, I don't know particularly what species this is. I do know it's an Ache. And of course, y'all know I love big leaf Hoyas. I really respect them. The Vein Nation, I really do adore. I'm hoping the back will really show you that Vein Nation, and maybe the front. See that vein? I love, look how dark it is and rich. But look at the size of the leaf, which is actually the height of my hand, which is pretty cool. And then I have this other leaf right here. It also came with this vine. Now I do realize, and what I've realized and what I've actually observed with some of the Hoyas, particularly the large leaf ones, they're not the fastest to grow. So the beauty of some of the big leaf Hoyas, they really teach you patience over time. And that's one of the things that I don't have in my personal life as well, is just patience. So it's just trying to teach me how to wait and just take everything in. And so that's what I'm going to do with this plant. It looks like she's being grown in cocoa chips and some kind of cocoa husk mixture. I'm more or less just having her on my shelf that's in my dining room, where she's getting ambient lighting. So if she takes off, which I don't think so, it's probably going to take maybe a year or so for me to actually see her sprout out. But if she's too slow to grow, I may actually bring her in here in the sunroom and just test it out and see which lighting condition she actually prefers. This next one, you guys, is this beautiful Sansevieria variety that I also found at Home Depot. And you guys, I did not get the ones that I'm sharing with you that I got from Home Depot, I did not get them all at the same time. It actually took several trips of me going to Home Depot, and usually I'm going to get something else. I never really, because Home Depot and Lowe's in my area really don't have a good selection of plants, and sometimes in some cases, depending on which one I go to, may not have the best healthy of plants. I don't really go there to actually shop for plants. That's never my go-to. I usually go there if I'm going there to get something else for my home. Like I said, I'll always, since I'm there anyway, I always will stop by and take a look. But anyway, this is a Sansevieria green tower, you guys, and I just love the structure of this. It's very pointy. You better be careful. This thing can be lethal. But I don't know if the camera's going to pick up, but if you see the edging, something about that brown ridge, and the structure of it is so beautiful. I already repotted her because, believe it or not, she had a lot of roots going on when I pulled her out. I think I was trying to take her, I don't know what I was doing, but something happened where I was able to actually see the bottom of it. I saw that the roots was wound, and she was in one of them real tight small pots, and so I said, let me just go ahead and put her in a slightly bigger pot. And that's what I did. I put some top dressing over it, and she is looking good. So I know she's going to be a slow grower. So again, this is another one that's sitting on my succulent and cacti shelf, and I painted this terracotta pot white, so yeah, that's just the way it's going to go with that. Okay, my next plant, you guys, Home Depot, I believe. No, this is the one I actually did get from Lowe's, and it was the only one, but I got it because it was because of the color, and I think I'm actually a sucker for punishment a little bit. But this is actually a Rex begonia variety. Costa Farms, and that's all they have. It has Rex begonia, year-round color. Add a splash of color and to grow with them. That's what the tag says. I'm reading it from the back. But you guys, look at that. It's such a beautiful. And I'm actually, because I'm not doing well with my Rex begonias, I think the ones that I had has met their demise already. Even the one I had for years, which was sad to say. But anyway, this was on sale. It was like $2.98 or something, or it was half. I didn't pay $5.98 for this. And I said, well, let me just try. And even if it fails, I'm hoping that my goal with this plant is hopefully it'll grow. I can get it to grow to some extent, but I also wanted to get it to kind of like study the plant, study and learn what I can. And I figure, half off of $6 is worth me having to learn a lesson. Now, I was trying to do some research with this plant just to find the name. Correct me if I'm wrong, you guys. If any of y'all know the name or what it could possibly look like to y'all, sharing comments with the community. But I think that this may be the begonia red kiss. Some of the characteristics of that plant kind of look similar, but I'm not 100% sure about it. But red kiss, that's like, ooh. I like the name. The name is like, I like the name. But this is beautiful, you guys. Wish me luck with this. She is actually growing inside. She needs water too. She's growing actually in my home on one of my shelvings where she's getting some light. Is it from my Barina lights, I think, that I have on my shelf? Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. Trying to make sure I don't going back to a Hoya. I kind of wanted this Hoya in my collection for some time, but it wasn't like a hot one on my list as far as Hoyas. But when I saw this for the price that it was, and I can't remember what it was, but extremely affordable, such a healthy plant and also a full plant, I had to get it. And this was also, I think, a Palm Street purchase as well. And this is the Hoya, what is it, meliflua, I believe I'm saying it correct. Guys, look how healthy she is. And I love the elongated leaves. That's smooth, and I mean shiny, full, already have vines. Such a beautiful plant. I already potted her up here. And she kind of actually remind me of my Hoya trubiana to a certain extent, like a shorter lance leaf formation of that. But guys, I think the flowers are going to be beautiful. I'm hoping that I will be able to get her to flower, but even if I don't, I really can admire her just for the sheer beauty of the leaves alone. She's a plain green, but you know, I love the plain Jane varieties, you guys. You got to learn how to appreciate those plain green foliage before you can even move to the variegation, you know, because these babies are the ones that started it all off. So you have to pay some form of homage. At least I believe you do. All right. So now I have an Alocasia, you guys, that I don't think I shared with you. But this is the Alocasia. I need to make tags. I wrote down the name so I wouldn't forget. And this is the Alocasia adora, you guys. And I've had her in my collection now for at least 2 months. And it took some time for her to get acclimated to my home. So, like, grow with the flow, but she's still in her nursery pot. This was also a Palm Street purchase. You guys, I was totally in love with the variegation of this plant. Now, I can say, since I've had her, you guys, she's lost some leaves, but I got some leaves back. So, new growth right here. I think this may be the second leaf that she's given me under my care. I was initially concerned when I got the plant, and I have her sitting on the top shelf here, and I pulled her a little bit away from the light. All the leaves when I initially got the plant was literally this color, you guys. As you can see, you see the transformation. But I purposely wanted her to change a little bit from this to this so that she can have some chance of actually staying alive. I try to make sure that she does not dry out completely. And when I got this plant, 2 of the leaves that looked like this melted. It actually was getting very translucent and soft, and it was wet. And I don't know why, but I think it just could not maintain itself because it was just so light in color. So I don't really need leaves like this, even though it's a very beautiful leaf. But I am satisfied with this leaf color, this variegation right there. Very minty. I feel like I have a little bit more of a chance of keeping her alive. Now, granted, it is an Alocasia. Some of my Alocasias do well in my collection and some don't. This will only be a test of time to see if she does well in my collection. I really wouldn't want to lose this plant because she really is a beautiful colored one in comparison to all the varieties of Alocasias that I have. And she doesn't have all that. She's very soft, you know, and not thick leaf like some of the Alocasias that I do have in my collection. So I really do appreciate the structure of this one. Okay, I'm going back to another Hoya, you guys. I can't believe I got this Hoya in my collection. I was on the fence about getting it, but I decided to get it because I want to add different shapes and things to my collection. Now, I believe I've accomplished that with so many plants that I do have in my variety. And I'm pretty much at a halt now as far as buying any more plants or adding any more plants. And I've said this to y'all before, but I really am reaching a point of I feel satisfied with my collection. And so now I do want to eventually go through the curating process. But anyway, going down a rabbit hole. Let me just show y'all. This is the Hoya rotundiflora, you guys, and I just really love almost these rectangular shaped leaves. And initially, when I first saw this plant for the first time in someone else's collection, I really wasn't like, oh my gosh, I got to get this plant. I was not drawn to it like that. It really had to grow on me and speak to me. And I said, let me, first of all, that subtle venation and the structure is so like surfer board hardness. It's just so beautiful. I love the way that it's hanging, and then I could just see the future with this plant if I'm able to grow her successfully, of how she would look. Just a whole, I mean, a whole trail of that. Yeah, like what? So really glad I have her in my collection. She is also being grown in this room as well. My other Hoyas that I've shown you so far are not being grown in here. They're actually being grown inside my home. So anyway, this next one, you guys, is a cactus. Let's see if I can get her through here without... Another Home Depot purchase. I've already changed the pot because she was also in a tight pot too, and her roots. I don't like when the plant is so big in the tiny pots that they provide. You can't really water them unless you decide to do a bottom water. And so I wanted to, I pulled out anyway, and her roots look tight. So I said, let me just put her in a proper potting situation. And this is a Mammillaria cactus, you guys. Mammillaria cactus. AKA, this is called either the pincushion or nipple. Nipple cactus, for obvious reasons, you guys. This plant is absolutely beautiful. I am really loving just the structure of the leaf. I put it in this cute little pot. I think I got this terracotta pot from Walmart too, which was very cute and adorable. I put top dressing on there, and she is looking very, very good. So again, this is another plant that's growing on my shelf, my cacti and succulent shelf, and I'm just going to take the plant in and admire her for the beauty that she provides. I'm going back to a Hoya, last Hoya. You guys, I got this off of Etsy, an Etsy seller that I usually frequent. I think it's Rare Plant Foliage Company or something. I can't remember. Something with those words. In what order, I don't know. But anyway, I saw this plant. I said, oh my goodness, I had to get it. But the grower, she did me a solid because she provided me with a plant that was not in the picture. The plant was really grown like close to the base. It had maybe like the picture, maybe 4, maybe 5 leaves. I'm not sure. So when I got this in the mail, I was extremely shocked and extremely happy to see this plant. Guys, look at this. Would you look at that? This is the name of the plant. Stargazer. Isn't that a cool name, Stargazer? And I believe the flowers are very pretty. But guys, the reason why I wanted this plant, what drew me to this plant, was the fact that it does not, to me, it does not look like a Hoya. Honestly, when I first saw the picture of it, I straight got peperomia vibes. I don't know why, but I did. And guys, if you don't have this plant, this plant feels like a peperomia incana, as far as the fuzziness on the top, the whole leaf, the actual vine is fuzzy, you guys. I don't even know if can y'all even see the fuzz? Is the camera going to show y'all the fuzz? Where's the fuzz? Y'all see the fuzz a little bit? Y'all see the little hairs? And I just think that is so cool, and this is so unique from all the Hoyas that I have in my variety. Guys, look at that. That's so gorgeous. Structure-wise, when it's well watered, it's really, really hard. How can something be hard and fuzzy at the same time? It's just really, I don't know. The texture is just awesome. Like, yeah, she's a she's a plain Jane, I guess, but that smooth texture and shininess, and it's veination inside the leaf. You just really can't see it. It's not really pronounced. And yeah, I don't even know. Y'all see that little bit of ribbing right there? It's not very pronounced, but this plant is absolutely gorgeous. I'm so glad I got her. And I mean, she's wound it a few times around this trellis. The seller, she did me a solid because I did not know I was going to get this large of a specimen. But I'm so glad she gave it to me. Okay, so my last one, make sure. Yes, my last one, you guys. This one, along with my Rex begonia, I got this more or less. If I'm able to keep it alive, I'll surprise myself. But if not, I was just more or less studying her. This is a Calathea. I believe it's a Calathea. This is the Calathea, what is it, yellow fusion, I think. And I just love the color. This color right here gives me, what's that? I don't know, gives me some kind of vibe. I can't think of the name of the plant, but it's a yellow fusion, you guys. It's a very beautiful plant, extremely thirsty plant. And I'm studying her, you know. See this? She is being grown in my bedroom. She is giving me this new leaf right here. This new leaf, you see that new leaf right here? So she is growing, although her leaves are getting crispy. I know it has to be a humidity thing. I may have to eventually bring her in here. I feel like if I bring her in here, she might need her demise because she needs to be somewhere where I see her every day in order for me to water her. Either that or I need to just take her out of this pot. And, I mean, she got some roots at the bottom. I think that's roots. I don't know if that's roots or actually just the planting substrate. But anyway, I need to probably put her in a self-watering pot, you guys, and then bring her in here. Because I think having the reservoir will help me be able to monitor her a little bit better as far as when I need to water her. And because her leaves are so thin, you guys, oh my goodness, you really got to be careful. But it's a beautiful plant. I really hope I can get her to grow. But even if I can't, I'm more or less, just like I said, I'm studying the plant. I'm trying to dip my toes a little bit in some of the Calatheas, the ones that may be a little bit challenging. I don't really have that many Calatheas in my collection outside of my beautiful large Orbifolia. For the most part, all the other prayer plant varieties that I have, and I'm just looking before I make the statement, has been mainly just the Maranta ones, which seems to be the easier care. So I'm really stepping outside my comfort zone with this one as far as being a plant grower. And yeah, I don't know, but I don't know. I'm not. Sometimes when I go into a thought process with a plant, like if I don't think it's going to be growing successfully, I'm a little bit more lackadaisical as far as the care. And sometimes it works out in my favor, sometimes it doesn't. So, yeah, I'll keep y'all guys updated. You know, don't be surprised if, and because I won't, and don't be surprised if I get on here maybe a month or two later and say, child, remember this? The darn thing done died. I don't know if I'm going to say that or not, but who knows? But anyway, so that's all of them. Again, I don't think I've gotten all of the ones. You may still see some new ones here and there as we go through updates in my collection and all of that. But yeah, those were the main ones that I know for a fact I don't think I shared with you guys. So if you made it to the end, you guys, I wanted to share something really quick, cool, interesting, and fun, at least for me, maybe for you, I don't know. So kind of like a little treat for those of you who stuck out to the end. I think I showed y'all my cacti. My monkey tail cactus was trying to bloom. And this is what we got going on so far, you guys. Now, I don't know if the bloom does not last long, because I could have sworn yesterday this was opened up a little bit and you could see like some lines in there. If I knew that, I probably would have took a photo. I did not know if it was going to open and close. I don't know if that's what they do, or will they open up again? I'm not sure. But you see, she got this other little dot situation right there, so I don't know what she's going to do. But Man, it's first time when you get to see a bloom. Like you see blooms on TVs and other people collections and things like that, which is beautiful to experience, but it's nothing like actually seeing it close up and admiring it for the beauty that it is. I think that's so cool. The color just, oh man, it's like the beautiful pink. Very beautiful. I'm honored to actually experience that. Another one, you guys, which is cool. I wish it opens up, but I think it's going to take some time. But I just want to show y'all the beginning stages of it because I think it's cool. Guys, look at my colorful cactus. It's trying to flower. Isn't that cool? Look at that. I don't even know what this ball structure is. I just think that's dope. And it even has this little piece right here. Looks like it's trying to grow. She's, like I said, on my shelf right here, getting nothing but blasted from the Sansevieria light. And she must really love it. I was like, oh, wow. So to see one of these colorful cactuses even bloom, I'm curious to see how spectacular the flower is. Is it really showy? Will it be showy? So I am just waiting in awe for her to open up so we too can see. I'm trying to remember to take photos of it so that I can share with you guys. So if you made it to the end, these are the treats. So anyway, this ends this video, you guys. Keep in mind, if you love foliage as much as I do, and you love listening to planty things, definitely make sure you subscribe. Thank you so much for all of you who take time out of y'all day to give me those big thumbs up. It's helping promote my channel to new people, new faces, and new places. Yeah, enjoy your day wherever you are in the world, and until next time, guys, much love. Bye.